Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, Group 1 will present Chapter 2, Trade Union. First, let me introduce my team member. The first one is Adibah Fahana, Izzatul Salmi, and me, Ashraf bin Muhammad Zakir, Kairunisa, and Aisyah Raihana. So, this is the content for Chapter 2, Trade Union. We will give you a simple briefing about the introduction and the need for trade, and then forming and joining a union, trade union officers, type of union, employer attitude toward trade unions, and conclusion. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ashraf bin Muhammad Zakir. Matric number I19203987. The need for trade union. First thing first, what a trade union is. Basically, a trade union is an organization made up of membership based organization, and its membership must be made up mainly of worker. One of a trade union's aims is to protect and advance the interests of its member in the workplace. Okay, next. The need for trade union. There are 5 needs of trade union. The first one is better wage and benefit. It is proven that workers who are a trade union members earn more than non-unionized members. Trade union use their collective muscle to bargain for better salaries, pension, holiday, health insurance, sick pay, overtime, and more trade union hammer out negotiation with management to get the best possible deal for employees. The second one is personal protection. Union have got your back. Not only they can tell you your right, they will defend your right. If your employer treats you unfairly, you can rely on support and expert representation from your union. A trade union representation is a trusted person to turn to when you are unhappy at work or management is behaving badly. The third one is equality. Trade union champion equal right and equal pay. They fight discrimination against race, gender, sexual orientation, and disability. The trade union, they also foster respect and dignity in the workplace. Trade union promote maternity right, flexible working, and paternity pay, so that caring responsibilities are shared. Today, some of the world's biggest trade unions are led by women, and unions are actively encouraging women and young people to take on leadership roles in union structures. The fourth one is health and safety. Unionized workplaces are safer. In fact, that is because trade union won't let workers put their life at risk to meet production target or save the company money. The people only with the moral authority to assess the risk are those who face the risk, and the only way to have a voice is to have a union. The fifth one is solidarity. Trade union have an incredible network that spans the world. Global trade union like industry which count over 600 trade union affiliates in 140 countries, can use their membership of million to command the attention of very biggest corporation. Global union can raise a serious issue that is getting ignored at the plant or office level with the top management of a multinational company. That's all for me.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Izzatul Sami binti Muhammad Nurshan. My matric number I18202082, and I will continue the presentation on forming a union and joining a union. First, we go to the forming a union. Okay, trade unions are organizations formed by workers for related fields that work for the common interests of its members. They help workers in issues like fairness of pay, good working environments, hour of works, and benefits. Next, there are 4 steps to form a union. When you and your co-workers come together to form a union, you get the right to negotiate with your employer over wages, benefits, and working conditions. Firstly, get together with your co-workers who may share a common interest in organizing a union. Second, once the decision is made to form a union, an application for registration must be made within a month. Third, the member required to register with the Director General of Trade Unions in order to operate legally. And lastly, together with the completed applications form signed by members, a printed copy of the union's constitution must be sent. But if the union that likely used for illegal purpose, then the Director General can refuse to register the union. The most important criteria for a union to be registered is that its attendant members must come from either one establishment or the same similar trade, occupation, or industry. Next slide, we go to joining a union. Any employee above the age of 16 has the right to join a trade union, except group workers are from the armed forces, police force, the prison service. But there are some restrictions to join unions, such as first, employees in public and private sectors cannot join the same unions. Second, employees in statutory bodies can only join in-house unions. Third, managers, executive, confidential and security staff can only join a union whose members are in the same category as themselves. And lastly, employees may only join a union covering workers in either Peninsula Malaysia, Sabah or Sarawak, depending on where the employees is working. But combination are not permitted. Means Peninsula Malaysia, Sabah or Sarawak cannot combine, and they must separate it. And that's all from me. I will give to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Adiba Farhana binti Zainuddin. My matric number I81028848. Today, I would like to talk about trade union officials and trade union fund. We go to trade union official. It is about negotiate with the employees to further the interests of their union members. So, a trade union official working at a national level is likely to have the following responsibility. Firstly, about representing the membership during relevant industrial negotiation. Secondly, informing members about important issues such as the law on flexible working and overtime. Third, building the national policy of the trade union. Fourth, reaching agreement with employees, organization, political parties and the government. Fourth, communicating with members to reach a decision or consensus, such as regarding which campaign to focus on. So, what about a trade union official working at regional level? So, I will explain about it. First, they working as an organized recruitment of trade union representative and local official. They will help to provide relevant training for local official and representative. They will overcome local disputes, and some of them will give advice and information on legal or health and safety issues. We focus to qualification and experience. It is about many job description includes knowledge in certain area as a requirement, such as understand of employment law or trade union organizing. This is one area in which being a trade union representative, also known as a shop steward, beforehand could demonstrate your ability. A trade union representative is an unpaid role undertaken while working for an employer. Shop stewards support their colleagues through tasks such as accompanying them in a meeting with line managers to discuss requests for flexible working or helping to negotiate pay and condition. Often, employees secure the role of trade union official after having worked as a trade union representative. So, what about a key skills for trade union official? So basically, the person must excellent communication skills, both verbal and written. Second, the ability to persuade and negotiate. Third, organization skills. Fourth, the ability to manage and lead others. And lastly, an aptitude for problem solving. So, what are the typical employers for trade union official? As a trade union official, you will be employed by a trade union. A count of those listed on Government UK reveal 139 trade union currently operating. Some of the ones with the largest membership are Unison, Unite, GMB, National Education Union, and Royal College of Nurses. So in this slide is about trade union funds. First, it is about the ability of a union to carry out activities beneficial to its members is much affected by its financial position. Second, expenditure of union is strictly controlled by the Department of Trade Unions. So, objects on which general funds may be spent for the payment of salary, allowances, and expenses to the trade union. Second, the payment of expenses for the administration of the trade union, including audit of the accounts of the general fund of the trade unions. Third, the prosecution or defense of any legal proceeding to which the trade union or any member thereof is a party, such as prosecution of defense is undertaken for the purpose of securing or protecting any rights of the trade union. As such, any rights arising out of the relation of any member with his employer or with a person whom the member employed. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi to Miss Hidayati and fellow friends. My name is Khairunisa binti Ahmad Kamidin and my metric number is I1810282. And now I'll be present about type of unions. There are three types of unions, which is national and regional unions, in-house unions, and employers associations. The first type is national and regional unions, which the members of a union must all work in the same trade, occupations, or industry. The members of a union must all work in Peninsular Malaysia or Sabah or Sarawak. The members of union must all be in either the public sector or private sector, and most of unions in Malaysia currently consist of employees working in non-executive level jobs. The biggest unions in the private sector with thousands of members are mostly national unions. For example, their members are working in different companies in the same industry throughout Peninsular Malaysia. Some examples of these well-known unions are National Union of Bank Employees, National Union of Hotel, Bar and Restaurant Workers, Transport Workers Unions, Electrical Industry Workers Union, Metal Industry Workers Union, and National Unions of Commercial Workers. Okay, next we have in-house unions are formed by workers in a company or organizations by membership is confined to employees in that particular company. Then, workers of statutory bodies and local authorities are limited by law to forming this type of union. In the private sector, a few in-house unions have been existent for many years, such as the Malaysian Airline System Berhad, employees unions which no longer exist since the establishment Malaysia Airlines Berhad, or MAB. Since mid-1980, that in-house unions increased in number as a result of amendments to the trade union laws, which made it easier to form this type of union. But they facing controversial issues that most national unions believe that in-house unions are not independent of the employer and do not have the strength to properly represent the workers in their company. It noticed by national unions and also worried that if too many workers choose to establish an in-house union in their company and make the national union will be in danger of losing large numbers of members. Furthermore, we have employers association is an unions or association formed by employers in those industry where a well-organized employees union exists and more likely to form an association of their own. The examples of bigger association are the Malayan Commercial Banks Association (MCBA) and the Malayan Agricultural Producers Association (MAPA) or MAPA. And now I'll be explain three big society that taking care about the unions. The first society is Malayan Trade Union Congress or MTUC. Is a society registered with the Registrar of Societies. The membership is from individual trade union which choose to affiliate to it. They had 180 members in 1998 and most of them are from the private sector. Next, we have Congress of Unions of Employees in the Public and Civil Service or QPEX. QPEX is a federation of trade union of government workers. It served as the spokesman for the public sector employees and was first registered in 1959 with the Department of Trade Union. And last but not least, the Malaysian Employers Federation (MEF) is the employers equivalent of MTUC. It has representative on a number of council and bodies such as National Labour Advisory Council, EPF Board, Social Security Organization Board, National Productivity Corporation, and National Council for Occupational Safety and Health. So that's all from me. I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Aisyah Raihana binti Abdul Rashid, matrix number I1830339. Today, I will present about employers' attitude towards trade unions. When employees in an organization decide to join an existing union or to form their own trade union, different employers will have different responses. Some employers accept from the outset that workers have the right to join a union. The best way to deal with the situation is to work with the union. It is done by calling for regular meetings with the union leaders so that any issues or problem can be identified as soon as possible and sorted out before they grow and fester. Other employers, however, may believe that their workers are being disloyal and ungrateful by joining a union. Employers may choose to take certain actions to try and prevent the union from gaining power at the workplace. These actions are known as union busting. When a trade union of employees is faced with an employer intent on union busting, it can file complaints with the industrial court. Such claims are not common, as it can be difficult for a union to prove that union busting has taken place. Next, for the conclusion. In conclusion, trade unions nevertheless have a tendency to play a crucial function in defending people and helping them put in force their legal rights, especially in instances when those rights may be unsure or underneath debate. Unions can also be capable of assist personnel after they sense that the psychological agreement among workers and managers is being breached, and may assist people to renegotiate this agreement if vital. Next, for reference. The reference from Human Resource Management Principles and Practices, and Industrial Relations, Trade Unions and Labor Legislation. Thank you.